Hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there. Welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show. Welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show. Welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show. It is I, your host, Agostino Zinga, and welcome back to the number one, the numero uno cultural commentary show in the world. How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? Welcome back to the number one cultural commentary podcast in the world, except sin imitation. Except sin imitation. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. We've got a jam-packed show today. Jam-packed show for you today. So sit back and relax and let's get into it. Sit back and relax and let's get into it. First things first, a pretty decent day for United fans. Chelsea lost 3-0 against Everton and Liverpool lost 2-1 against Brighton. Perfect results for United, because that means, if I'm not mistaken, that means my beloved Manchester United are currently sitting in third place with some distance now in terms of all the other teams around us. We are currently sitting in third place, which feels flipping great. 4 points ahead of Villa, 6 points ahead of fucking Liverpool still. Absolutely perfect. And way more points ahead of flipping Chelsea. You'd love to. Chelsea aren't even in the top 5. Chelsea aren't even in the top 5 of the table. Absolutely brilliant. Really good weekend, all things considered. Even though I feel like we definitely should have gotten a penalty yesterday. Or the other day, especially for the Ahmad push. I feel like if the Maguire challenge was a red card, obviously the Ahmad challenge should have been a penalty too. Maybe not a red card, but a penalty too. But we got the draw anyway, which is quite good considering we had 10 men for like 20 minutes of the game and shit. And then, as it transpired, the other teams around us didn't take advantage of that draw. And they both lost. Both Chelsea and Liverpool lost. They didn't take advantage of that draw. They didn't gain any ground. And they both lost, especially in Chelsea's case. That was a real big thumping. Everton beating them 3-0 was a big thumping. All 3 Everton goals were fucking spectacular. Beto up front. Wow. That first finish was giving me throwbacks of like Hernan Crespo playing for AC Milan, right? That infamous game against Liverpool in the Champions League final. One of the first goals I think he scores past Jerzy Dudek when he flicks it over his shoulder, like impeccable finish. So great finish from him. And Dye as well. His finish was absolutely spectacular. Great game. God almighty. Then of course, on the Brighton side of things, beating Liverpool, Danny Welbeck getting on the score sheet. Big up fucking Danny Welbeck. Great to see. Great weekend all in all. Great weekend all in all. Continuing on with the great weekend. This is really good announcement too. A really good announcement for the weekend. Ye's album Bully is finally coming. Ye's album Bully is finally coming. We're finally getting it. It's dropping on DSPs. It's dropping in a physical form. The album is coming. The album is fucking coming. Confirmation of the album track listing here is available. The album drops on the 27th of March, which is next week Friday. The album is 13 tracks long, nice and concise. The track listing as follows. Track 1, Preacher Man. Track 2, Beauty and the Beast. Track 3, Last Breath. Track 4, White Lines. Track 5, I Can't Wait. Track 6, Bully. Track 7, All the Love. Tracks 8, This One Here. Tracks 9, Highs and Lows. Track 10, Mission Control. Track 11, Circles. Track 12, Damn. And track 13, Losing Your Mind. And it's dropping. It's absolutely dropping. 100% confirmation. No word of a doubt. And you can see it here. All of the CDs being packed. All of the CDs. All of the tapes. All of it. All being packed up. The vinyl. It's all being pre-prepared already. Already printed. Already flipping printed. Look at that. Wow, man. Yeah, it's finally dropping Bully. I can't believe it. It's finally coming out. It's finally fucking coming out. Incredible to see. Incredible to fucking see, man. You know what's really weird as well? I was thinking about it now.
Yes, they do.
Is this an example as to why sometimes medication works? Why sometimes therapy is a good thing? Because maybe Ye on his side of things maybe think he's a bit neutered, right? Maybe Ye's kind of thinking his creative, his sharpness and creativity has kind of been dulled with the medication. That's part of the reason why he never kind of got the help that he needed to get for some of his issues, because he felt as if like it took away from his creativity. But it's clear to see with some form of medication that he's been able to focus and actually put stuff out. Yeezy's probably been the most productive it's ever been now, ever since he's kind of doing it on his own. Stuff is dropping, you know, I won't say it's shipping on time, but there's a lot of stuff dropping on Yeezy.com. Then we get Bully dropping. Then we get all these live performances, right? I think he's performing in Portugal soon. He's performing in LA. There might be a rumored show here in London soon. Like, it feels like Ye's really being, you know, he's really getting to it. He's really fucking getting to it. And I wonder if some of it has to do with the medication that he's currently on to treat his bipolar that he's been suffering with. I'm not too sure. But either way, I'm really happy about this. I can't wait to hear Bully next Friday. I can't wait to hear Bully. And then, of course, here's the posters for Bully as well. Just one thing you can never doubt Ye for. You can never ever doubt Ye for is the artwork. When it comes to artwork, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to quote unquote activations, no one comes close with Ye and music. No one comes close in terms of creating moments and stuff for you to enjoy with the music. Nobody else comes close. Which is why I'll say the other day, about the whole Alarico thing with the album Flirt. That's why I thought like an album artwork that doesn't really relate to the title Flirt would have sat better than what he initially went for, which was those girls, and he ended up kind of getting soft cancelled for it. Look at the album for Bully. The track listing's Bully, but you got these Japanese wrestlers as the artwork. You know, I love how Ye's artwork kind of like has some relation to the theme of the album, but not really. It's more so about creating like an iconic piece of art. Like the cover of Bully, like the actual album cover, I think is his son, right? His son's teeth. Well, I think he's got a gum shield on. Either he's got a gum shield or they colored his teeth, but I think it's probably a gum shield. And he's kind of, you know, smiling obviously and baring his teeth there on the cover. I think those type of album covers work way better if the artwork is completely disassociated or detached, sorry, from the name of the album itself. So it's not so literal. I think they work way better as a concept, way better as a piece of art, and also way better as a collector's item, because nowadays people want to not only buy album and cassettes to play, but they also want to buy albums and cassettes to hang them on their wall, to put them on their collections and stuff. So they need to have like good, good shelf appeal type of thing. So it's really important to get that artwork right. And one thing you can never criticize Ye for is having terrible artwork. He's a lot of things. Ye's a lot of things, but he's not, not creative or imaginative when it comes to artwork. So big up Ye, big up Ye, big up Ye. Moving on. Wes Watson's in the news, mate. Wes Watson has been covered in the local 10 news. The whole Wes Watson story has been covered in the local 10 news. And from what I've been reading and listening to on YouTube, it does seem likely that Wes Watson's going to be in prison for a long time, because people forget he was actually on bail. He was actually out on bail this whole entire time. Yeah, you heard that right. He's actually on bail this whole entire time. And while on bail, he fucking knocks his girlfriend about, or he knocks his fiance about, and beats her black and blue. He's not getting out in a long time. He really isn't getting out in a long time. So this is a crazy story with how it's all panned out. Wes Watson on 10 local news.
New details tonight on the arrest of fitness influencer Wesley Watson. Watson now behind bars on domestic violence charges against at least one woman. And Local 10's Brett Neese has been following this investigation.
I like how they said that, by the way. Domestic violence charges on at least one woman, as if there's like more to come. Jesus Christ, at least one woman at the time of writing. Like, god damn, man, how many women did you beat up, Wes Watson, man? Jesus Christ.
He is joining us live now in Fort Lauderdale with a very...
Don't you find it funny that he's on record for beating a woman, but for all the bravado, there's no record of him beating a man? The last time he beat that black kid in the gym, his friends jumped in for him and helped him out, right? So there's no actual record of him beating some guy's ass, but there's record of him beating a defenseless girl up. Of course.
Latest, Brett.
Janice, these are very serious charges. One of them is false imprisonment because police say he wouldn't let the victim leave the home after all of this took place. Now he remains in jail tonight, saddled with a $115,000 bond. 42-year-old Wesley Watson stands before a judge after police say he severely beat his girlfriend of just a couple of months.
So we're here on 5 counts for Mr. Watson.
Watson was in bond court on Thursday facing several charges where the state laid out even more details about what happened early Sunday morning.
He had his own personal employees threaten her. He had his own personal employees oversee her to see what she was doing on the phone, Your Honor. I think there's even made reference to the victim that she effectively felt like she was being held hostage.
The fitness influencer has nearly 40,000 followers on Instagram and boasts a fitness coaching program online that promises people to, quote, become the man you admire. The 6-page arrest report lists out very disturbing allegations against Watson. The report says during the fight, quote, the defendant then grabbed her with his right hand by her hair and then slammed her head down into the kitchen table. That opened up a gash on the victim's head. The report also says he choked her and threatened her life and her family's lives.
Jesus Christ.
Your Honor, this is not the first or second time that violence has been alleged against Mr. Watson.
Mm-hmm.
We are also learning more about charges that Watson is facing down in Miami-Dade County. He was out on bond for those charges. We're also working to learn more about his criminal history as soon as we get more.
Yeah, allegedly the bail got revoked. Or no, that they didn't grant him bail. Even though he posted the 150 grand, he paid it. They didn't grant him bail because of all those flipping felonies. So it's unlikely he comes out anytime soon. Not too sure how long he will get, but from the people I've been reading online who know way more about his cases, who are a little bit more, you know, familiar with Florida law and shit, they were saying that he's looking at maybe 10 years. Not sure how likely that is, but I did read somewhere people say he's looking at 10 years. So he actually might not come out again until he gets sentenced, which is fucking crazy considering how quickly things have turned around. Like just the other day, I was on fucking Random Show watching a live stream of somebody. No, I was on Random Show on live stream. Sorry, watching this other YouTuber called Bubba who was reporting on the fact that Wes Watson was getting really close to this girl, and that on this particular stream he proposed to her out of the blue, and there was like a big thing in like the Wes Watson detractor kind of circles. All the channels reported on him getting engaged to this girl, and then a couple of days later he's beating this girl black and blue, and now he's in prison. Like life comes at you fast when you're Wes Watson, mate. Life comes at you fast when you're Wes Watson, mate. Continuing on, Chappell Roan is in a bit of trouble, man. Chappell Roan is in a bit of trouble. Our very complicated pop star queen, right, is in a little bit of trouble because it was alleged that she may have instructed her security guards to not give anybody that kind of looks at her any type of time, because I guess because she's in Brazil performing at Lollapalooza, Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, and she happened to be in the vicinity of Jorginho, right, former Chelsea player and Brazilian international Jorginho, who I think now is playing at either, is it Flamengo or Corinthians? I forgot. So Jorginho is currently in Brazil playing football there, and him and his stepdaughter were out and about having fun, and they happened to cross paths with Chappell Roan, and it's alleged, according to Jorginho, that Chappell Roan's security guards were very, very rude to this little girl. So much so that she started crying. And it's kind of like another catalogue of events pertaining to Chappell Roan. She seems to both enjoy being a celebrity, enjoy being a pop star, enjoy selling records, enjoy performing for her fans. But she also, on the flip side, seems to absolutely hate everything that comes with celebrity life. And she's always making it very clear. She's making it very clear with her interviews. She makes it very clear with her face. She makes it very clear with how she kind of shouts at her fans, shouts at paparazzi. She makes it very clear that she loves what she does, but she also fucking hates it. So much so that she's willing to maybe let a young girl fan cry. Quite a crazy thing how it's panned out. And now, if I'm not mistaken, at least on social media anyway, on social media, she's got the entirety of like Brazilian Twitter on her neck. So for the next couple of days, I think, or for the next couple of weeks, her comment section is probably going to be full of Brazilian Portuguese insults. You already know, because Brazilian Twitter, they're like, they are on it. They're on board. So let's read what happened. Let's read what happened courtesy of this Instagram story here, courtesy of Jorginho. It says, I went through a very upsetting situation with my family earlier today. My wife, Kat, is in Sao Paulo for Lollapalooza, Brazil. This morning, my daughter woke up incredibly excited. She even made a sign because she was so happy to see an artist she really admires, or used to admire, Chappell Roan. By coincidence, they are staying at the same hotel as this artist. During the breakfast, the artist walked past their table. My daughter, like any child, recognized her, got excited, just wanting to make sure it was really her. And the worst part is that she didn't even approach her. She simply walked past the singer's table, looked to confirm it was her, smiled, and went back to sit with her mum. She didn't say anything. She didn't even ask for anything. What happened next was completely disproportionate. A large security guard came over to their table while they were still having breakfast and began speaking in an extremely aggressive manner to both my wife and my daughter, saying that she shouldn't allow her daughter to disrespect or harass other people. Yo, Chappell Roan sending her security guards to go and scold a little girl and her mum is fucking nuts. Chappell Roan sending her security guard to go scold a tiny girl is absolutely crazy. Honestly, I don't know at what point simply walking past the table and looking to see if somebody's there can be considered harassment. He even said he would file a complaint against them with the hotel while my 11-year-old daughter was sitting there in tears. My daughter was extremely shaken and cried a lot. I lived with football, public exposure, and well-known people for many years, and I understand very well what respect and boundaries are. What happened there was not that. It was just a child admiring someone. It's sad to see this kind of treatment coming from those who should be understand the importance of fans. At the end of the day, they are the ones who build you all of this. I sincerely hope this serves as a moment of reflection. No one should go through this, especially not a child. At Chappell Roan. Without your fans, you would be nothing. And to the fans, she does not deserve your affection. Wow. Holy shit. Chappell Roan, bro. Hey, yo. I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit toxic. I'm a little bit toxic. I quite like my celebrities with a personality, you know? I quite like my celebrities. I quite like my artists when they've got a personality. When they're a little bit combative, they're a little bit feisty, they're a little bit nasty, they're a little bit bitchy and stuff. Because usually, in my humble opinion, the more complicated an artist is, the more of bordering on a cunt they are, the more talented they are. In my personal opinion, right? The more sort of like up their own ass, a little bit complicated, hard to like, you know, a little bit rude, the better the music is. It is what it is. I can't really name a goody two-shoes artist I'm a big fan of. I like my artists a bit rough around the edges, right? But I have to admit, as much as I like my artists a bit rough around the edges, Chappell Roan is a little bit exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. If she's not like barking at paparazzi not to shout at her, which is dumb because you're on a red carpet, how else are they gonna get your attention? They're not shouting at you because they want to disrespect you. They're shouting at you to look this way because that's the only way they can get their shots off for you and for them. But she's there scolding paparazzi. Don't shout at me. Don't shout at me. She's out here scolding her fans when they wait outside the fucking hotels for signatures. You know, broadcasting them on her fucking Instagram about, look, they won't go away. They won't go away. Look, walk past them and just go continue on your business. You know, she's scolding her fans when they want her to talk about politics or whatever it may be. There's always something with this girl. There's always fucking something. And it's like, you're only new in the industry. You haven't even been around that long. And you're already testing everyone's patience. You're already exhausting and tiring everyone. Like, please. And the thing about someone like this, right? For all of the history, for all of the drama, for all of the exhaustion, for all the annoyance that she seems to have with being a celebrity, she wouldn't give it up. If you told her tomorrow she could give up being a celebrity and return back to her normal life, she wouldn't do it. So all of this, acting like it's all too much and all this malarkey, if you didn't really want it, you could step away from it, but you're never going to step away from it. So if you're never going to step away from it, you have to agree, or you have to come to the realization at least, that there is a little bit of an exchange that happens. You don't get everything for free. Our parents all told us, I'm sure. My parents did. I'm sure all of our parents told us at some point in life, nothing comes for free. And unfortunately, if you're an artist, if you're a chart-topping pop star, you are going to have demands put on you by others that are going to test your patience. But that is the tacit agreement that you've signed. You wanted to be a pop star. You want to be a celebrity. You want to be an artist. You want to be a musician. You want to sell records. You want to do all these live shows, go around the world. Well, guess what? You're going to have to, you know, take some pictures with some 11-year-old girls from time to time, even when you're not in the mood. You're going to have to sign a few fucking few signatures. You're going to have to take a few fucking selfie pictures while you're literally having a shit. You know what I mean? It's going to be annoying, but that is part of the deal that you signed. Nothing comes for free. But she seems to be she seems to think that she's the only one that can like correct all of the ills that's going on with celebrity life and how bad it is and intrusive. It's like, really and truly, her life would be made much easier if she just took the picture and just kept it moving. Now this story is going to drag on because who knows, there might be more context to the story, right? There might be more context to the story. Maybe her security guards acted completely alone to what she said, which I doubt, but let's just say it maybe wasn't her fault completely. But because of the nature of the story, because it happened in Brazil with people who are already, you know, very big on the fandom, this story is going to go on and on and on and on. It's unnecessary because she could have killed it by just acknowledging that girl in the hotel breakfast area, seeing that she recognized her, telling her to come over, getting a picture, and just going back to your food. And it would have been fine. But instead, now this story is going to drag and drag for weeks. It's going to add to another reason why people don't like her, and it just makes it worse. Just really makes it worse. And what's really funny too, if I'm not mistaken, this story, Jorginho is actually married to Jude Law's baby mum, ex or baby mum. So that kid is actually biological. It's Jude. I mean, so it's like a trifecta, you know. Jude Law's also very well loved. You know, Jorginho seems like a chill guy. So, you know, you did it to a little fucking girl, so everyone's going to be on her side automatically. It really is a whole mess. It really is a whole mess. And of course, here's a picture of the little girl actually at the hotel. That's the little girl that Chappell Roan's security guard came over and barked at. That's probably how she smiled at Chappell Roan too. Imagine having a little girl smile at you in this cute way and you have to send your big black security guards over and tell her that she's harassing you. How is that? That's not a harassing smile. That does not look like a harassing smile to me. It looks like the smile of a young fan seeing somebody that she looks up to, her idol, inspiration. And I'd imagine, my theory is this, I'd imagine this little girl being the daughter of Jude Law and also the stepdaughter of fucking Jorginho, most likely knows how to move with celebrities. You know what I mean? If your parents are celebrities, I'm sure most likely you've been told or you've seen how bad interactions go and how good ones go. So you move accordingly. So it's very unlikely this girl was being annoying, was getting all up in fucking, you know, Chappell Roan's face or trying to sit down next to her. She probably did exactly what, like Jorginho said. She saw somebody that she recognized, she smiled and kept it moving. But still, Chappell Roan's security guards felt the need to threaten this young girl and her mum. Fucking crazy. And then you know what? It also reminded me of this video in Paris where Chappell Roan started getting really annoyed at the paparazzi that are following around. Now, to be fair, the Parisian paparazzi are like, you know, they're like elite Navy SEAL level in terms of annoyance. But there were some fans there too. It wasn't just all paparazzi. There were some genuine fans there wanting to get a glimpse of her, wanting to get a signature or a selfie. And she basically treated them like dirt, you know, completely blanked them. So I think she just needs to figure out what she wants, basically. I think Chappell needs to figure out what she wants. Do you want to be a celebrity? Do you just want to be an artist and just do your thing and be left alone? You have to pick a lane, my dear. You have to pick a lane. And then once you pick that lane, be okay with what's required, you know, from that lane that you pick, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know?
Disregarded as a human. This is what it's like. So I'm just trying to...
Yeah, Don Dot, that's what I said. Yeah, I said that. Exactly.
I go to dinner, and I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the side.
This person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because they're ashamed. Because I've asked them. These are all the people that are... Can you sign Chappell?
Can you sign this, Chappell? Chappell?
My first time to see you, Chappell.
So this is... Then go away.
Happy to see you.
So all of you, I'm asking you kindly to please leave me alone and stop following me.
Can you give us something nice? Then we go home. What are you wearing?
Chappell, can you just sign this?
Okay, Chappell, no problem. You have your choice, yeah.
If you're wondering how it is.
And what are you wearing?
Thank you.
Chappell, a fashion icon. Fashion icon.
So yeah, so you know, I don't know. I get it. This doesn't look like the most funnest thing in the world. I get it, right? Well, you just want to go in and get a drink, have some dinner, hang out with your girlfriends, and then here you are being mobbed in the front of the restaurant by mostly paparazzi, some fans, but mostly paparazzi. I can see it being annoying, but again, like I said, there's no excuses, man. This is part of the agreement. This is part of the deal that you make when you become a celebrity, when you become a pop star. Not even a celebrity, so not even a pop star, sorry, a celebrity more so. That's the deal you make. It's a devil's bargain. You're making a deal with the devil. Like, it's the truth. In order to be that as big as Chappell Roan is, she makes a lot of money, she streams a lot. There's no way you can do this and just be somebody that's able to just exist without the big demands being placed on you. Whether it's bookings, whether it's with fans, this is part and parcel of it. This is part and parcel of it. And I don't like this unwilling acceptance of hers to think that she can just have the good bits that she enjoys, but none of the bad bits. I'm sorry, it comes as a package. It comes as a package. There is no other way around it. It really does come as a package. And look, no one's saying she has to enjoy this fucking process, but always stopping to like mock this, do this, like it's just not necessary. Always trying to engage and teach people lessons and scold. It's like, come on, Chappell. Come on, Chappell. Actually, how much does she stream? What's her streams like? What's her monthly Spotify streams? Is it like 2 billion? What is it? What's her monthly Spotify streams? Come on, man. You can't. I'm sorry, Chappell. I like you, Chappell. I like you a lot. But allegedly, according to Spotify, she has 34 million monthly listeners. Yeah, you have to sign some pictures, man. You gotta take pics with 11-year-olds. I'm sorry. You have to take pics with 11-year-olds. You're gonna have to get bothered at breakfast. You're gonna be followed around in your car. I'm sorry. 34 million monthly streams is fucking insane. That's part of the reason why you are where you're at. And I think that comes with some level of responsibility on her side of things. But, you know, then that reminded me of Boy George telling her the same thing. Legendary artist, Boy George. Legendary, I guess you'd call it new romantic, civ pop artist from back in the day. Boy George and a UK legend. Basically sent a message out to Chappell Roan. I doubt she took this well, by the way. I very much doubt she took this well. I can't imagine Chappell Roan taking this very well. But I still think it was some very wise words from Boy George. It needed to be said. Big up Boy George. Boy George said, "It's probably not helpful, but I've been doing this fame thing for a while. And you will learn slowly and painfully that you don't get a free pass once you turn yourself into a bird of paradise." What a great fucking phrase. A bird of paradise is a great phrase. I watched Chappell Roan filming the Paps in Paris, and I laugh because I kicked off at them many times. The trick is to own your fame. Yes, it's annoying at times, but so is being ignored and told you're a has-been. Life is always now, and I think Chappell looks great, but cheer up, girl. The world is at your feet. Stop kicking it. Great phrase. It takes so much more time to say no to a picture or a signature. Boundaries are boring. Break them with the magic of kindness. Perfect words from Boy George. Will she listen? Will she acquiesce? Probably not. But if it does come a time where Chappell is like no longer a big thing, she's going to look back on this time and really bemoan that she didn't take the, I won't say took it for granted, but she didn't really savor the moment. She didn't really absorb it and live in it. Instead, she was out here, you know, kicking off on fucking 11-year-old girls. Wrong way to go about doing things, in my opinion. The wrong way to go about doing things, in my opinion. But again, what do I know? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nada. Big up Chappell. Big up Chappell. Big up Blood Clot Chappell. Alright, cool. Big up Avalon Emerson. Let's talk about Avalon Emerson. Or is it Avalon? Avalon Emerson or Avalon? Avalon Emerson. Now, weirdly enough, right? Weirdly enough, I think my first exposure to Avalon Emerson might have been on Whore. I'm swear to God. I think I discovered her on Whore during the pandemic. That might have been the first time I ever discovered Avalon Emerson, which is really funny because I think she's from America, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure she's like Californian or San Francisco, one of those type of places. So it's really funny that this artist who's become a real staple within the, what do you call it, trance, techno, whatever, the DJ scene. She become a really big staple. Her set that she did in Berghain, maybe the most recent one, is still fondly spoken about on the fucking Reddits and stuff. People adore Avalon Emerson. And it's really been crazy and really cool to see how her career has progressed. From, again, seeing her play on fucking Whore back in the day during the pandemic to now, she's kind of grown out of just being a DJ. She's now got her own band, and she does basically kind of indie music, you'd call it, but she has her own band. She does live performances and also DJ. Like, DJing is like the last thing that she kind of does in a way. She does way other things, which is fucking cool. And I love how she's been able to kind of like, you know, go around Europe while still doing shows in America and not kind of forgetting her roots. So big up Blood Clot Avalon Emerson. I think this was a set. Yeah, I think this might have been a set. This might have been the one. I think this might have been the first set I ever heard her play. Might have been this one. Might have been this one. I think so. Let me double check. I think, is that the one? I think that's the one anyway. From 2002, right? I think that's the first time I ever heard of her. I swear to God, it might be on Whore. 2002, 2023, 2005. Trezor. What else we got here? Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that was the one. I think that 2002 one was definitely the one. So let's go in a round. Let's go here. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, she's too good, man. She's hard, she's hard, she's hard. And you know what's really funny too? How far has fucking Whore fallen off? It's crazy how things come in it. Whore was the top of the top when it came to DJ live streaming platforms. Then all it took was the Israel-Palestine war, right? The genocide, right? The Israel-Palestine genocide. And then, if I'm not mistaken, what the mistake they made is that I think there were some DJs playing on Whore who were wearing like pro-Palestinian t-shirts and merch and shit. And the owners of Whore are Israeli, obviously, because literally everyone connected to like dance music in the behind the scenes is from Israel, which I've never understood really. Hopefully someone makes a documentary about that. Hopefully somebody makes some sort of documentary kind of like, you know, peeling back and understanding why there's so many clubs and agencies and production companies are all usually owned by Israelis. It's really interesting how much influence they have in the dance music scene. That their fingers are in many pies. It's kind of cool to see. But then I've also heard that the Israeli kind of scene anyway, especially the gay scene or the queer scene in terms of clubs, is super, super cool. It's really, really well known, really well regarded, at least, you know, before everyone kind of became like anti-Israeli, right? But it's very, very well known to be a very kind of like oddly accepting place for like queer gay culture. And the clubbing scene there is meant to be really cool. They have really cool clubs. And I think somebody I spoke to about it as well said they have a really big like DJ scene in actual Israel where a lot of the guys and girls play there and don't even play anywhere else. They're just like local heroes that are very well known in Tel Aviv and shit. And they do pretty well off the clubs that they play in. So the whole clubbing scene there is really interesting. So it's really cool to see. But anyway, I remember this set like it was yesterday. It was a fucking great time when Whore was Whore. When Whore was fucking Whore. I remember this set like it's yesterday. Let's fast forward to a little bit here too. And I root for her more because she's American too. I root for her more because she's American. She's American coming into Europe and killing it. I root for her more because it's probably way harder when you're American coming over here, because the talent level in Europe when it comes to DJs is incredibly high. There's loads of talent, loads of competition. So for her to come to Europe and shell the way that she does, especially with a very unique type of playing style, loads of trance, loads of happy, you know what I mean? She's not always wearing black as well, which is a nice little change. I love it. I really do love it. Hey yo, big up Avalon though. She out here built like a footballer from the 1960s. Big up fucking Avalon. She's out here built like a footballer from the 1960s. Anyway, big up Avalon. Let's get back to the article. Big up Avalon. Big up Blood Clot Avalon. Let's get back to the article. So this article, courtesy of New York Times, really cool little feature here. It says the loud nights and quiet days of Avalon Emerson. Known as a DJ at one of Berlin's most storied clubs, she swerved with an LP of dreamy pop. Now she's back cataloguing the eggs of 30-something creative life. Big up Avalon. Let's check out the article written by Foster Kammer and visuals by Tim Barber. Let's go. The snow-covered cottage, a 5-year-old Havanese poodle mix named Elmo, curled on the couch, the smell of freshly baked cookies in the air, a married couple living in domestic tranquility. These maybe aren't the first images that leap to mind, thinking of one of the most beloved DJs at the debauched Berlin nightclub Berghain. Yet, this is how Avalon lives, deep in the upstate New York with her wife and bandmate Hunter Lombard. On a frigid day last month, she was at home, chilly chatting about the cabinet she built to house her CDJs and turntables. Of course she builds cabinets. Proper lesbian stereotype, innit? I love it. Big up Avalon. Of course she can. Of course she's into carpentry. Of course she knows her way around a hammer. Of course, love her. Primarily cherry and some birch. The cherry is my favorite wood. She quietly marveled. I think it's kind of local. It's beautiful. Ask anyone who's seen her DJ. Emerson is full of surprises. After a decade as one of the underground dance music's most beloved, influential performers, she put out her first full album of original music with her band to 2023's Avalon Emerson and the Charm, which was a great album, by the way. I wasn't expecting it to be good, but I really enjoyed that album. I played the fuck out of that album. I'm not going to lie. It was really fucking good. Its follow-up, Written in Changes, due Friday, includes production by the founding Vampire Weekend member turned producer, Rostam, and Maggie Rogers, Carly Rae Phillips. There she is. Jensen, sorry. That's a great picture, by the way. That's a great picture in her crib. The debut featured ethereal synth-laden pop, the haze of 80s alt rock, the Sundays Everything But the Girl, and trip hop backed shorties of the 90s Birth Autumn, Dido, and Portishead. Big up Portishead. Laden with warmly wistful cello lines, softly strumly guitar licks, and the yearning synth chords. The new album refines that aesthetic, sneakily catching sounds and penetrating lyrics that capture the yearning and the uncertainty of 30-something creatives and romantic life at its precarious moment. Music sat on the back burner for Emerson, who grew up in Phoenix, until she dropped out of college after 2 years and moved to San Francisco for tech internship. Okay, she's in the tech world. Yeah, I didn't know that. She lived in Soma warehouse with about 8 other people in a young bohemian post-recession ideal. Working for startups wasn't great. Yeah, it's never great. Big up Avalon Emerson. It's never fucking great. I was getting frustrated with working in tech, being around people that wanted to disrupt and destroy industries. Oh, I remember that. I remember that, man. I remember that era of working for startups and they all said the same thing. We want to disrupt this so-and-so industry. Or what everyone used to say, we're going to be the Uber of... The Uber of, like, oh my God, what a horrible time. What a horrible time, man. I was getting frustrated working in tech and being around people that wanted to disrupt and destroy industries, talking like they're receiving messages from God. Exactly. Emerson remembered grimacing, but her connection to music kept growing. She taught herself how to DJ and started throwing parties at warehouses, going to others as photographer for a local art weekly. Before long, she was using music she learned how to produce. Exactly, that's how it starts, man. It really isn't that difficult to learn how to DJ yourself and to throw your own parties. It's one of the most rewarding and fun things that you can do. It's incredibly scary. I've done a lot of parties over the years in my life. Some of them have been good, some of them have been bad, some of them have been successful, some of them not so successful. Some of them have been super full, some of them have been fucking empty. But it's so rewarding to put on your own night, book some of your friends, maybe book an artist that you really like, and get to play yourself in front of a crowd. I fucking love that. I actually think one of the reasons why I got really good at DJing primarily was because when I started promoting my nights, I always played like the early sets. So I was playing the sets that weren't really quote unquote important, but looking back they were, because I got to learn how to actually build a set over a long period of time. So I was playing a minimum of like 4 hours, right? A minimum of 4 hours before someone would come play at 12. I kind of start, you know, around 8 p.m. to kind of get the mood going. And I learned very quickly how to kind of set the mood and get people on the dance floor without kind of peaking too early, without maybe scaring them away, you know what I mean? Without maybe clashing with whoever's going to come on and play at 12. It's a really important skill that you learn to do by crafting and weaving those sounds. So I really do implore anybody who's looking to get into nightlife, just start your own raves. Forget trying to DM people about doing sets and playing at their parties. Just save a bit of money from a couple of paychecks and hire a place or book a club that's already open and just go play there if they've got already CDJs and put on your own little night. Make a flyer. These days with fucking ChatGPT and AI and shit, you can make flyers for basically nothing and go and put on parties and get out there. It's really, really fucking fun. I would actually advise nowadays, something I'm going to do in the future actually, once I get my shit settled with my new housing and stuff, I'm actually going to definitely get the controller, that CD, that Pioneer XDJ thing, right? That all-in-one unit, and start doing a lot of street stuff. That's what I'm going to start doing. That's exactly what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing a lot of that street stuff because I think that street stuff is actually the way to go. And actually bring the music to the people. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't really give a fuck about... Don't get me wrong, it's great to play in clubs, but I just want to be playing music in front of people, you know? It doesn't really matter where it's at. So playing it in front of people, especially considering the clubbing scene in London, you know, there's not that many places available for up-and-coming people to actually play. Just going out in the streets and playing it might be the way to go. But yeah, before that, learn to play, put on your parties, book your friends, invite your friends, have a blast. Let's continue. A big tax return spurred a move to Berlin, a global epicenter for dance music. Still, the specter of needing to put the future together loomed, and she refused to quit working. I was the only one of my friends with a day job. Referring to the social media-fueled post-COVID explosion of dance music popularity, she explained that DJ music has become a career option for people. Back in the day, she added, it wasn't. Oh, wow. Yeah, but that's what I always advocate. I've always said, I think it's important as a creative person to always have a full-time job until the time that your creativity can pay your way and basically make your full-time job salary. But I think you should always do both. And actually, I think the struggle, the friction of having to balance and keep a full-time job while also pursuing your creative, you know, joys actually brings about better work. The tension. Like, I actually feel like I was way more productive. I think, when I had to go into an office to do my 9 to 5. Now that I'm doing it mostly from a desk and, you know, on the laptop and working from home, it's not the same. I feel like I was way more productive and got way more out of my day. Like, I feel like I really, really maximized the 24 hours I had because I had to go to the office. I had to commute. I had to go to the gym before I was going to work. So I had to factor all those things into then also planning how I'm going to take my gear with me to work, making sure I leave. At lunchtime, I'll be burning CDs, organizing my playlist. So it's really fucking important. Not only just for the money, the kind of money that you get, obviously, from working, that can obviously fund your creativity. But I think mostly just to kind of keep you at that high rev, you know, the high rev, like really, really fucking going for it. Sometimes I think that works way, 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 way better. And I also think most creative people, like myself, you know, we're inherently a little bit all over the place. So I think sometimes jobs can give you can give you guardrails, you know, can give you train tracks to kind of guide you along as you continue to grow and grow and grow. It continues. What's this? This is a little video of her, right? What's she doing here? A little video of Avalon. What's she doing here? A little video of her doing some archery. Great to see. Great to fucking see. Emerson started getting booked around Berlin, landing a spot on 2016 to play Berghain's Panorama Bar. An hour slot became an 8-hour slot. She soon scored a coveted closing gig, and legend of the electric high energy sets grew. Yeah, I'm actually going to check that out, actually. I'm pretty sure I can see that right now. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can find it. Let's say Avalon Emerson, because they still speak about this in glowing terms, that set that she played. They speak about it so highly. Let's see. The best of Reddit. This is 5 months ago. How long ago is it? This is 3 years ago. Here. Avalon Emerson appreciation from 3 years ago. So last Sunday was something special. But honestly, Avalon Emerson has consistently producing some of the most brilliant DJ performances of anyone anywhere. It really seems to be that she is elevating the form of transcending the art of DJing. Her 2-hour festival sets are great, but those 4 hours in Pano are just packed with such ambition and such craft. It's awesome to behold. There is so much emotion and connection, such that most of my friends were in tears at the end of her set. Fucking hell, mate. Imagine that. I'd love to get that kind of response in my DJ set. Look at that fucking review. Her 2 hours festival sets are great, but those 4 hours in Pano Bar are just packed with such ambition and such craft. It's awesome to behold. There's so much emotion and connection, such that most of my friends were in tears at the end of her set. Yet this is also banging, bassy, super danceable, and just really, really fun. To my mind, there is no other DJ who comes close to achieving that. It feels like a great privilege to see her perform at Pano, a place she clearly loves. So if you haven't seen her play yet, I recommend making your mission to do so. She's literally the best. Wow. I always catch her. She's playing. I never regretted it once. I also love her vibe. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone better. Just incredible artist and talent and human. I attended her closing set at the Silver Club Night, and it was easily my best Pano experience. I came back again for the last weekend, and she's still the mind blown at Pano. She's literally the queen of Panorama Bar. I agree with you. I haven't seen her play. Make it your mission. Wow. I want to explore pan artists, but I can't leave Berghain. The light DJ also played a crucial role in her Pano set. One of the best to ever do it. Literally the best DJ there. God damn. Absolute crazy level of glaze. Crazy level of glaze. They love it so much. And here's a post from that day, right? Thank you for having a great weekend at Pano Bar. And I have to agree with the internet. What a wonderful Pano Bar that was. Plus swipe for bonus 0 day. Is that her? Okay, she's posting the reviews of people playing stuff for her. But big her up, man. Big up her still. What an incredible review. What an incredible... That was from 3 years ago, that review there. People just going crazy. Another one from 8 months ago. From 8 months ago. What a club night. Just wow. Got in during the TWR 7-2 set, which didn't really catch my vibe. After some solid sleep, we returned to Elisa B, and damn, she really caught me by surprise. Renee Wise, Avalon Emerson set was probably the best I've ever heard. We were glued to the dance floor, just couldn't stop smiling. It was one of the sets where you just thought everything is okay, life is good, and I should probably call my mum. So many moments where we hugged each other, said I love you, and enjoyed the music together. First time I cried on the dance floor. Fucking hell. Best club nights had so far besides New Year's Eve 2023, where Avalon also did the closing. Here are some of the tracks she played. Fucking hell, these tracks got people crying. Inspector Norse, great track, but come on, really? Levon Vincent, Man of Mistress. Yo Speed, Sweet Pie. What's Sweet Pie? What's Yo Speed Pie? I never. Let me hear what this sounds like. God damn, Avalon Emerson, you got people crying on the dance floor and shit. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I can only imagine how that would get off on Panabar. I'm not gonna lie. I can only imagine that would absolutely lift the roof on Panabar. She played Destiny's Child Bugaboo up there as well. Madonna, Ray of Light. Hey, Tony Braxton, he wasn't man enough. Yeah, she went crazy. She went fucking crazy. Thank you so much. And this is her posting. Big up Avalon Emerson in the fucking Reddit. Thank you so much, everyone who was there. I do think that's my favorite closing, at least in recent memory. This year actually marks an entire decade of playing Panorama Bar, which sometimes makes me feel old. But at the same time, I think DJing is kind of like cooking, where as you get older, you just spent more time doing it and just hearing more songs, so you get more comfortable and confident and hopefully better. Playing Piano Bar has been the thing that has most developed my style as a DJ, and I love for it. Playing long sets where you have time to go in different places, etc. But the main part of that is to play for such an engaged, appreciative and passionate crowd coming from a very genuine place. Thank you. Ted, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Big up Avalon Emerson. Let's get back to the article. Nathan Mickey, the electronic music artist and composer behind the score of the hit HBO show Industry, grew close to Emerson in the Berlin music scene. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. The guy that does Industries. Oh yeah, that makes sense, innit? Industry does have pretty decent dance music and shit scores. That's pretty sick. I didn't know that. The guy, the electronic, the music director for fucking Industry is a friend of Avalon Emerson's. That is pretty fucking cool. Big up Nathan Mickey. We love to fucking see it and hear it. Let's continue. In an interview, he remembered the first time he saw her playing a 12-hour set. She was mixing the 70s post-punk band Suicide and the house music legend Dennis Ferreira, deploying a punk sort of rocker sensibility that she brought into DJing that I hadn't quite heard before. Oh man, this is making me want to mix now, man. This is getting me pumped. This is making me want to go and do a fucking mix. Fuck. Her DJ career off the races, Emerson finally quit her day job. Even now, over a decade after early gigs, she can still wax poetic about the egalitarian transcendence of a dance floor. It's the outside of society space. It's even outside of you as an individual. You're not really talking to other people on a dance floor. You're listening to the music, but you're also in the crowd where everyone else is doing that. And you're aware of the shared experience everybody is, she's paused looking for the right words. It's beautiful. I love it. Exactly. That's the right way to talk about it. Like I always say, one of the best moments in Berghain, in my personal opinion, and also in most clubs, is that moment where you're on a dance floor and like you're all dancing in sync and like you're all kind of like vibing off each other's energy, but you're not talking. You know? You're not fucking talking. You're all vibing off each other's energy, but you're not fucking talking. You're not even saying anything, but you can feel each other like giving each other energy, giving each other good vibes. And it feels like it goes on for hours. It's so fucking incredible. That synergy of you all being kind of in sync with it. It's fucking amazing. Especially if you find a good little pocket on a dance floor of people that you're kind of, like-minded with. That all came to a very sudden halt when nightclubs shuttered in the rest of the world during the pandemic, by which point she'd moved to Los Angeles. From there it was New York, then upstate New York. Life got quieter. Okay, she went from San Fran to Berlin, back to LA, back to New York. I guess because Berlin as well, during the pandemic, Berlin must have been depressing. I heard a bunch of people suffering a lot of like mental health issues in Berlin during the pandemic. I had a couple of friends who specifically moved to Berlin to pursue their DJing careers, to pursue their, careers in the scene, getting fucked up and shit. They get to Berlin and it's fucking the pandemic and there's no raves on. All the clubs are fucking closed. People are losing their jobs in the fucking dance music industry. So it must have been really depressing to go to a place where, it's known for its debauchery and its nightlife, and now you can't go outside. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I can't, probably the best place to go is to go back home. Because I think America had way less restrictions than we had in Europe. I think Europe was way tighter, man. Like, there weren't a lot of places in Europe where you could actually, go out and stuff. Everywhere was really, really abiding by the rules. The shutdown gave me space from my physical standpoint where I wasn't on the road all the time. And it felt like, okay, this is kind of the time to do this, to give it a shot. Where she started recording her debut album in earnest, the only song she'd released with her vocal on it was Magnetic Field's cover on the mix, making the first LP an uncertain and weird. You're kind of feeling around through a basement in the dark, she says. Big up her. Great picture there, by the way. For someone who spent a life somewhat anonymized behind the music of others, it contains strikingly vulnerable confessional lyrics. Not unlike the Magnetic Field's Stephen Merritt, whom Emerson cites as the greatest living songwriter. Tell me I got more time. When all my friends are having daughters, went a line from the first single, Sandrail Silhouette. The crowds turn over more frequently in the dance music world than in the non-dance music world, she explained. Because people have periods of their lives where they're going out, then they stop, have kids, then there may be a darkened doorways of a club once a year or something. Part of why she wanted to make an album was because it felt more permanent. There's so much continual changing of the bathwater in dance music, just constantly. The moments are very ephemeral. Batamanjali, who helped produce Written in Changes, first connected with Emerson as a fan. There's a lot of dance music that's cold. Avalon's DJ sets have warmth to them, she said. He said, sorry. With Avalon, she knows how to let you know that there's a human being behind her choices and her tastes. The journey she'll take you on. Actually, you know what? Let me check. When's she playing next in fucking Berghain? Because all of this gas, I need to experience some of this stuff myself. When's she fucking even playing there next? She's a post on here. She's a story. She's posting stuff about what she's doing. Let's find out. Avalon Emerson. When is she actually playing in fucking Berghain next? Let's see. Let's go on a RA. When is she playing here next? Or even in London. Let's see. What's happening here? Oh, she's actually in England at the moment. Okay. Oh, she's in England next week. She's playing in Glasgow and in Manchester. No London dates. That's weird, isn't it? She's only playing in Manchester and Glasgow and Manchester. Interesting. And then DGTL Festival in Amsterdam. Again in Amsterdam. Back to America in Philly, Washington, Brussels, Belgium, Bogota, Colombia in May. Wow. No London dates, it looks like. Okay. July. No London dates, no Germany, Berghain dates either anytime soon. Okay, that's a shame. But I guess probably it's promo for the album, for the band, right? She's probably maybe laying off maybe some of the DJ sets and focusing more on the band stuff there. That's understandable. Fair enough. He didn't want to interrupt the sound she'd already established with her band's first album. He was drawn to the casualness of her vocal delivery and the cleverness of her lyrics. If Avalon Emerson and the Charm was the work of someone discovering her sound, Written into Changes, which also features production by the returning Emerson collaborator Bullion, aka Nathan Jenkins, is a refinement and mastery over it. These are some great pictures, by the way. These are really great pictures. They did her well here. I like these pictures. They really did her well. The opening track, Eden, features a mystifyingly catchy bass line anchoring lyrics about what Emerson called a gnarly time in relationship, with Lombard, her wife, who also plays guitar on the album and with a touring band. Even more harrowing is Happy Birthday, a blippy lullaby about assessing the state of one's own potential in your late 30s. Its lyrics read like an existential musing for those whom adulthood has approached in a blazing flask clip. Too young to die, too old to break through. Woo! She sings on the song's celestial penetrating chorus, a winking inverted mantra. But if Happy Birthday wonders about whether it's too late to break through, Emerson's accomplishments, hosting her own day-long music festival, remixing Robin, sharing billing with some of the biggest names in electronic music, continues to suggest the opposite. Though to her, it's as much about what's happened and what could. Will I ever be able to retire? Will I ever be able to take care of my parents? She wonders. But she continued, you kind of have to think about it in a way where we're also not alone. We do have each other, going through it together. And she sighed, we just have to keep going. Of course, that's what I have to do. You just have to keep going. Great fucking message. Great fucking message. But it is kind of concerning that a DJ of her level is wondering, will I ever be able to retire? What? She's trying to tell me she doesn't make enough money now to save up a little bit for retirement. That's a bit scary, isn't it? That's a little bit scary. If she's at the level she's at now and she doesn't make enough to retire. Or she doesn't feel like there's enough. Or maybe, I guess it's workload, isn't it? Trying to balance it all. I don't know. But that's kind of interesting to see. or to hear that from her. But big up Avalon Emerson, absolutely amazing. Really can't wait to see her play again. Well, I saw her play once before here in London, but I would love to actually experience the Panorama Bar ecstasy that everyone speaks of, because the way they're glazing her in that fucking Berghain community subreddit, which is usually quite tough place, is fucking crazy. Yeah, shout out to my BFF, was the one who requested Ray of Light by Madonna. She asked if anyone had any requests in the panel group chat. So cool of her to engage in real time. Her timing was perfect. By the way, that's also really awesome too, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? Engaging with fans in that way. Like, taking requests on the fucking DMs is fucking sick. I fucking love it. Shazam Final Boss. Avalon Emerson, she knows something about us that we don't. Avalon was astonishingly good for the very start of her very end. Breathtakingly brilliant. Righteously fun and banging throughout. But also life-affirming. Profoundly connecting and emotional. She has elevated to the form of what it has to be a DJ, so it seems unbelievable that she continues to elevate the form even higher. Haven't missed Avalon in Pano Berghain since 2019, and I agree that the best I've seen. What a privilege to be here. Honestly, people that live in Berlin, hope you motherfuckers are grateful for what you have over there, because some of these motherfuckers, I think they take it for granted. They take what they have for granted, living in that city and being able to go to fucking Berghain on a daily like they do. You know what I mean? On a weekly basis, be able to pop in, because god damn it, some of the lineups that these motherfuckers get is absolutely astonishing. So big up Avalon Emerson. Check out the article. It's available by the New York Times. The title is Loud Nights, Quiet Days of Avalon Emerson. I'll put it in the link descriptions down below if you want to read it yourself. Big up the New York Times. Big up Avalon Emerson. Big up them. Big up them. Big up them. Talking about bigging up them. Talking about bigging up them. Let's also big up this person here, courtesy of the Berghain community subreddit, regarding their playing in actual Berghain, which is kind of cool. They posted this on the Reddit themselves. It says here, Kleiner Traum wieder wow. I don't know what the fuck that means in German. Please forgive me. My German is not so good. My German is not so good. So this person is playing today, actually. Samstag, right? 21st of March. They're playing at the Dust of Apollon at the Kantine Berghain, which is the kind of the live space. And they said here, Ich bin Bruno. Is it all in German? Oh, can't we not get this in fucking English? Can I not translate this? Let's see if I can translate this. Ay. Ich bin Bruno, yeah? Ich bin Bruno. Let's just maybe copy and paste this. Let's just see if we can copy and paste this. Big up. Ich bin Bruno. Hi. Hiya. So let's just double paste this. Let's go to translate. Hopefully this works in real time. Let's see. No, we don't want Hungarian. We want German, please, if you don't mind. Give us a little bit of German. Let's see if that works there. Boom, boom, boom. So, hey everyone, I'm Bruno, 22, from Friedrichstraßen. Or from Friedrichstrain. Oh, so he's actually German and lives in Berlin. That's awesome. So he's actually an actual native Berliner. You don't get many of those. And I'm playing a small album release show this Saturday at the Kantine am Berghain for my debut album, Chapters Left Unread. It honestly feels pretty absurd because I literally grew up 3 minutes away from here, practically right next to Berghain. That's fucking awesome, isn't it? Imagine growing up next to Berghain and you get a chance to play there. Fucking awesome. Before the park existed, there was this huge construction site, and I can vividly remember us as little boys climbing the sand dunes and playing wrestling, completely clueless about what we actually were. Ha ha. Then when I went Berghain for the first time in 2023, I really grasped what this cultural significance place it is, the place I grew up next to. The album we're playing on Saturday is also heavily influenced by the area, my neighborhood, and both musically, lyrically, which is why it means so much to me to play this show here. If any of you are out about on Saturday and fancy popping in the canteen for a quick drink before heading over to Dieter or Eftermin, I'd be super happy. Musically, it's kind of like drum and bass, UKG meets metalcore, somewhere between Prodigy, Linkin Park, and Pendulum. Wow, those are great inspirations. I'm foregoing a large portion of the proceeds so the tickets can be affordable, which is why they're only 19 euros or 20 euros. So grab them while you can. Anyway, have a great day. Yo, big up Bruno. Big up to this guy, man. That's fucking awesome. Love to hear it, man. Love to fucking hear it. Let's actually check him out. I want to actually see what he actually does. Let me actually check this out. Where is it? Let's go back. Community Reddit. Let's check it. I actually want to see where he's actually playing. What's his name? His name is Bruno, right? He said his name is Bruno. So I guess it's that one there. So let's go on the actual Berghain website and see if I can find what his stuff sounds like on his story. But big up him, man. That's fucking awesome to see. Really fucking awesome to see. Really fucking awesome to bloody see. So if you go on the Berghain website, you see program, you scroll, no, sorry, you go today, you scroll down. What is today's playing, right? Is it today or am I bugging out? If you go here, all months, the 21st, right? And let's just do all months here, March, and scroll down to the 21st. That's an Apollon. So yeah, so I think, is he, who is he? Is he Dust of Apollon or is he this Blash Chestnut guy? Let's check it out. Let me see. Babbity babbity ba. Search Google for that. Okay. This is the band. What? How do you pronounce that? Is that Blazniski or Blazniski? Let's check out their Instagram stories and what they're getting up to. Playing in Berghain there for the live show. Love to see it. Setting up. Sound check, of course. Okay, that's him. Yeah, that's him. That sounds awesome. That sounds really good. Dust of Apollon sounds really fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that very much. Yeah. So that's them playing. That's them playing. That is them playing. What is this about?
Release dates, 5,500 euros lost in an insolvency, hospital stays from accidents on video shoots, a ton of rejections from labels, but somehow we made it here. My debut album, Chapters Left Unread, is finally out. This is my biggest project since deciding to go all in on music, even though it started way before that, way before I ever had the courage to call myself a full-time musician. These 14 tracks are everything to me. My childhood, my teenage years, the things I endured, the things that almost broke me. There were moments in this process where I seriously doubted if this album would ever be understood the way I hope it is. After so many setbacks, so many no's, you start to question yourself and it gets quite loud in your head. But this project became something bigger than that. It's me finally letting go of my first ever album, the project and the work that has accompanied me for the last 208 weeks. There's so much more behind these songs, so much to say. I'll share those stories very soon. Right now, it's quite simple. The stories are told. Now it's your turn to listen to them. This album isn't just mine anymore. Now it also is yours. And I hope you like it. This is Chapters Left Unread. Thank you.
Yeah, big up him, man. Big up him. Big up him. Big up him. You love to see it. You absolutely love to freaking see it. Big up to that young man. Big up to that young man. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Now let's get on to talking about Peggy Gou. Big up blood clot Peggy Gou. Peggy Gou's got some decent press here lately. I think mostly tied to a Universe, announcement. She's going to be playing at Universe, that club in flipping Ibiza, that amazing club, where it's got this amazing fucking floor to ceiling windows as a backdrop. I think the dance floor also is a little bit of a ramp, so you can basically see the DJ booth if you're even standing right at the back. And I think it's taken over some, I think it's observatory, like a former observatory building. It looks incredible. Anyway, it's called Universe. It's absolutely great. So she got announced that she's playing there this actual season coming up. So Peggy Gou announces Universe Ibiza event this summer. Courtesy of DJ Maga says Universe Ibiza is hosting a Peggy Gou for a one-night only takeover this summer. The White Isle Hyper Club, which opened in 2025, has announced a Korean star to headline the special party on the 12th of June under the banner Peggy Gou presents Midnight Lobster Club. It'll be her first time playing at Universe since its closing party last October. There's no word yet who Peggy Gou will be selecting to join her during the Midnight Lobster Club lineup, but the venue promises special guests and bespoke productions. Yeah, most likely it'll be who she usually like hanging out with. She likes hanging out with that F4KM something, whatever his name is, right? Who's a really good DJ too, and a few others. So I'm assuming that type of crew she'll probably bring along with her. Universe 2016 opens on 26th of April, the 2026 season, with the likes of Black Coffee, Carl Craig, Miss Monique, and more. So far, the residency roster includes David Guetta, Carl Cox, John Summit, Jamie Jones, and Anima, Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, and Cox and Guetta also have a back-to-back. Really? Carl Cox and David Guetta back-to-back on the 26th of July. God damn, that's probably sold out, I guess, isn't it? Peggy Gou claimed the number. So yeah. So Peggy Gou is performing at UNVRS on Friday the 12th of June. And let's check how much the tickets go for at this place. How much the tickets go for at this place. Ooh, okay, still available, but 50 euros, though. So, no, start at 40 euros. Okay, not too bad, I'm not gonna lie, not too bad. For an Ibiza club, 40 euro entry, it's still really spenny, but it's not too shabby. They've got a VIP experience ticket, which includes 5 drinks, an entry via the dome, access to the private terrace balcony and valet parking for 500 euros. That doesn't seem worth it, does it? VIP ticket is 500 euros and you get 5 drinks and entry from the back, I'm assuming. Also with the VIP area. Ugh. God damn, that's expensive. But the club itself is fucking phenomenal, man. The club itself is absolutely wild, in my personal opinion. The space that it has, like the room, I think, let me see if you've got a video of someone playing in this, I can see what the fucking thing looks like on the window. Is back. How much do you know about the club? Time to find out. What? Okay, no, we don't want any trivia. Yeah, that's the one. Look at that. Look at that. Literally floor to ceiling windows. Floor to ceiling windows as a backdrop. Like, absolutely incredible production wise. The space is so fucking sick. I know it's Ibiza and it's not the most appetizing place to be, but it does look pretty sick. Oh yeah, big up Don Dutta. Yeah, Boys Noise is a good call as well. Yeah, Boys Noise is a really very good call. She's done a lot of work with them too. Yeah, that's a really good shout actually. Could you imagine what that must be like as the sun is rising, seeing the fucking light kind of pour through those windows? God damn. Obviously too many phones in the crowd, and it's also an Ibiza crowd. But if you can get past that, I think as an experience, it's probably quite sick. I'm actually going to check out, see if somebody's got a TikTok of them reviewing the place, actually. Let's actually see if let's actually see if we can find a TikTok of somebody actually there.
Hi y'all. Let's make green apple soap. How are y'all doing today?
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Please no, I don't want that. Let's see vlog. Let's do that UNVRS. And let's do vlog. Let's see what happens. Has anyone got a little vlog of when they went? What an experience. Yeah, let's do this one.
I've just got so much to show you. So this is my first time trying Hour at UNVRS, and I'm taking you with me, and I feel like I'm living here at this point because there's so many good parties. But walking into this place, they have absolutely transformed it.
Wow.
You're just greeted by God knows what, fabric hanging from the walls, there's spaceships, there's so much going on, it was mental. Little statues in the dome. Headed to the World Comet, which is now the pharmacy, and there was this weird lost and found, which was just so cool. There's always just so much to look at, and the music in here was literally pumping through your chest. I love it. It was such a good crowd as well, loads of Spanish people, and it wasn't too busy. Look how much space there is here. I've still got PTSD from this popping balloon, and I just want to say thank you to everyone getting photos of me and saying hello. I actually love meeting you all. Headed back into the main room, and there's giants playing beach ball, and yes, once again I went on my own and I drove, and honestly I was just so happy to be there. Arse in face, oops. And this is where the magic happened.
Wow.
Inflatables flying around, and watch out because they will come for you. I have honestly never seen so much confetti in my life. I wasn't actually planning on staying too long, but I stayed so much longer than expected. And FYI, the confetti and all the inflatables drop on the hour every hour, so if you want to see that, then make sure you're in the main room in the middle of the floor. Although the confetti did shoot all at the back, and look how much there was. So it's time to head off, and going past all the giants, I headed out, and people were still getting in at like 4:30.
I'm sorry, that was mental. It's so good. Oh, spaceship. No, don't. That was actually so good. I might just say, I think Hour might be my favourite party. It always was.
Okay, big up her. Seems like a fun place, man. It seems like a fun place to be. Let's see another vlog. Who's got another vlog? Let's see one more person. Who's this? Is this? Oh, that's the DJ Alicia. Yeah. Let's check out Alicia.
Come and play the new UNVRS with me for Paradise. Let's go. So, Stansted Airport, bit of brekkie, an iced latte, of course, and straight on the plane. look who's here, the main man himself, before we landed in Ibiza. This one feels extra special to see this club for the first time. I honestly can't wait. A day of chilling by the pool, meeting up with other friends, of course, before we headed to the artist meal. Paradise put on a spread at Nobu, and it was some of the best food I've ever.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that to be me, man. I can't wait for that to be me at the fucking artist meal. That's how you know I'm a big back. That's how you know I'm a big back, because when I finally make it as a DJ, I'm more looking forward to the artist meals before the sets, right? The artist meals that the promoter throws or the promoter organized for all the people playing and the staff and shit. I'm looking forward to the artist meals way more than I'm looking forward to playing in like packed clubs. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the artist meals. You get all your food paid for, drinks and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking great. I fucking love it. And you get that picture everyone takes where they're like sitting on the table looking at the camera down there, right? Let's go.
It's really nice to connect with other artists outside the club, as we don't really get to do it often. We've landed at UNVRS, we go straight to the dressing room, and it's just mind-blowing. Just off first impressions, it was incredible.
Wow.
We headed for a little tour. Jamback's been here before, so he took us round, and this was my first impressions of the main room.
Yeah.
It's just insane. The whole club itself
So cool.
is incredible, but the sound in here is something I've never experienced before. So yeah, I wanted to take it all in. I was very excited, as you could tell, and have a little dance before it got too busy. And then yeah, we went to Wheat's his set with him, and then saw Max in the main reel. Wanted to see it all in full flow, as I'm back here on the 30th of July. And then it was my turn. The Wild Comet, it was packed in there, and
So good.
I just can't believe the toilets. It felt like I was playing the Loft. Incredible vibes, great sound system. So thank you to everyone who joined me. Straight after, we had to go check out the food court. Chicken tenders at €80. I wasn't going to do that to myself, but we tried the burger and a couple of fries, and it was one of the best burgers I've ever had. So if you're here, go and check it out.
Right, they got food as well. They got food in there.
The room is called The Apartment. I'm not going to say too much on it, but you have to give your phones in, and there's no cameras, so I'll leave that to your imagination.
Rah, big up UNVRS, man. I need to check it out. Big up UNVRS, man. That sounds like a vibe. So yeah, she's playing at UNVRS. Big up Peggy Gou, playing at UNVRS. Over there, as you can see, their tickets will be available. Go check it out. But let's get back to the article. Courtesy of Vogue, Peggy Gou brought seriously cool energy to Paris Fashion Week. There's her dressed up and shit. As one of the world's most in-demand DJs. Is she really in demand though? Is she in demand? I don't know if that is that true. What's her booking looking like these days? Big up Peggy Gou. Is she in demand like that though? Is she really in demand? Let's check out her bookings. What's she saying right now? God damn, she's in fucking Colombia. Nice. She's in Colombia this weekend. Then she's in Miami next weekend. Then end of April, she's in Georgia. Then Dusseldorf, Vancouver. Yeah, she's in demand. She's doing well for herself. Vancouver, Munich, London. Oh, there's a London date. Okay, cool. Let's save that. Let's save that. That might be decent. Okay, yeah, she's in demand. Let's go back to the article. One of the most in-demand DJ, South Korean DJ, star, Korean, stays booked and busy. If you've not seen her play her genre-hopping sets of soul in Santiago, you'll have heard her earthwormy vocal tracks on radio. Cue It Goes Like Na Na Na, which is one of the worst songs ever, by the way. No, I'm joking. The fucking other one is way worse. Across the globe, she keeps the world dancing. One of the favorite destinations to hit. Paris is one of the cities that always excites me to come back to, whether it's for fashion shows or my own show, says Gou, who landed in the City of Light this week. If you're wondering what exactly a cool girl DJ like Gou gets up to while visiting Paris, she's shared a glimpse inside her must-haves whenever she's here. I tend to spend 24 hours like everyone else, 72 hours, as I have a very tight schedule. Okay, calm down, love. Topping the list naturally is squeezing in some French retail therapy, which she's also making time for, indulging the sweets and art. Believe it or not, I don't shop a lot. Oh, all right. Whatever you say, Peggy. I don't shop a lot, mate. She's always dripped down in new stuff. I don't shop a lot, but Paris is the perfect city for it, says Gou. A bakery toy is also a must. My favorite is a Pan Suisse. And if I had more time, I'd love to visit the museums at the Palace de Tokyo, which is my favorite. Figures. There she is there, chilling, having a good time. Mostly, though, Gou's in this town strictly for the fashions. Last night, she hit the new Saint Laurent show, which designer Anthony Vaccarello debuted in front of the Eiffel Tower. YSL was YSLing. I love the suits looks. They're so chic, but also sexy. The lace and the sheer dresses will also amaze me. But above all, I love the venue and aesthetics. Naturally, as a DJ, she says she likes to take note of the show soundtrack, which was by French producer and electro house legend Sebastian. Yeah, that's one thing I'm definitely going to do. When I become a proper DJ, I am definitely going to be wearing the looks on behind the booth. I want to fucking push it that way. Because I remember that was one of the reasons why I discovered Dixon. One of the reasons why I became a big fan of Dixon, which is kind of, embarrassing to admit. I remember, I think I read an article about him in a magazine, and I immediately recognized like a Comme des Garçons shirt that he had on. I was like, oh, I recognize that button up. And I was like, who's that guy? Then I got into him a bit more and found out, he's obviously got an appreciation for fashion himself. So I think that sort of stuff is really important. And I would like to just present myself in a way that kind of sets me apart from everybody else. Because everybody else just wears like, black or whatever, standard Rick Owens type of stuff. I'm really going to be behind that booth wearing the looks. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of Tom Ford on there. Have a little bit of Sakai on there. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of Dem Noguchi behind the booth. It'll be really mix it up just to kind of give it a little bit of a different type of a look. Make it look kind of sexy. Make it look kind of hot. You get me? It continues. For a VIP outfit, Gou flexed the statement look. She wanted to capture a fashion vibe that nodded to the effortless French style, while she also staying true to her own cool, trendy and aesthetic. She donned a khaki trench coat and paired it with a silky lace trimmed romper underneath. I'm obsessed with the trench coat, but even more obsessed with the lingerie underneath it. You can't go wrong when it's paired with a super sheer black tights. Don't forget her sharp pointy pumps and itty bitty sunglasses too. There she is in a bit of lingerie. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, I guess. After the show, Gou mixed and mingled with fellow musicians like Rose, who Gou calls her Boo. She leaving Paris feeling invigorated by all she's seen. She also hit the Acne Studio show. I get inspired by art and creativity from others, including fashion and music. I enjoy seeing what's next in the fashion world and getting the first insight into the up-and-coming trends. As for what's next for Gou, I can't wait for you to find out. Just know that I'm excited. She doesn't really give you much, innit? She doesn't really give you much, innit? That's the thing about this lady. She doesn't really give you much. Visually, she's kind of interesting and captivating, but when she talks, there's not really much there, innit? She's a bit dead. Kind of interesting because as a Korean, usually South Koreans are kind of like, but like at least the pop stars or they're a little bit bubbly. They've got a little bit about them, a little bit of a spark. She doesn't really have much of a spark. Like apart from the playing, when she talks, she's not the most charismatic person in the world. That's the thing I'm trying to say. She's not very charismatic, innit? You kind of leave this interview like, okay, like those answers sound like they could have been generated from ChatGPT. Like, goddamn, girl. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a complete polar opposite of that Avalon Emerson fucking feature in the New York Times. The complete opposite. I read that Avalon Emerson feature and I went to fucking immediately start DJing. I read this and I'm like, all right, fair play, lady, fair fucking play, I guess. Below's a closer glimpse at Peggy Gou Saint Laurent show day. There's having fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just a personality. Maybe she's just like, she's not for the yapping. She's not for the histrionics. I don't know. But it's not the most. I don't know. She's not the most exciting lady out there, is she? A little. That's quite cool. That's quite chic, by the way. A Saint Laurent pill dispenser. I wouldn't mind one of those. That looks fucking incredible. A Saint Laurent pill dispenser is fucking sick. I just found out it's apparently an ashtray. Maybe okay, it's an ashtray actually. So it's not a pill dispenser. That's pretty cool. I like that. There's the trench coat and the thing. Still deciding options. Okay. Fair fucking play. No, there's not much going on there when it comes to fucking her behind the eyes, but she does play pretty well in all that malarkey. Let's actually check out her IG before we disperse. Let's see what's going on there. Where's she at now? What is she playing now? I think she's in Brazil too for Lollapalooza, it looks like. Yeah, Tyler Creator. Yeah, big up Tyler Creator. I don't know who else can look good in yellow. She's like Glacier Tyler Creator, yeah? Nice to see. Cajonas is Colombia. Oh no, Bogota. She's in fucking Colombia. My bad. She's in Colombia. To be fair, she's dressing though. What's that shirt? She's dressed. She's got the shit on though. She's got that shit on. I don't know what that shirt is. It might be Simone Rocha or something, but she's got that shit on. She looks good in that shirt. Ooh. Oh yeah, big up Stepdaughter. Yeah, okay, nice. She's playing in Brooklyn on May 9th. I have a ticket to see her. Yeah, go check her out, man. I'm probably gonna go to the August date. I'm not gonna lie, but that's the thing with Peggy Gou. Her DJ sets are kind of disappointing, man. She used to be really. That's the thing that really annoyed me. Like, I don't really give a fuck about the fucking ghost producer shit. Keep the ghost producer shit. She used to be a really good DJ, and I don't know what it is. I know she's fallen out of love with DJing a little bit, going through the motions, but her DJing nowadays is really lackluster. Really lackluster. The few sets that I've listened to, but I remember seeing her play a couple times in London, and she was fucking banging as an actual DJ. So I'm hoping that she's kind of getting back the fucking inspiration to kind of play well. Because, okay, your production is kind of fallen off. It's not what it once was. It's all good. You still gave us one fucking great song, right? It Goes and, was it It Goes, right? No, is it It Goes? On Natanga. Whatever that one song was that she gave us, right? Many years ago. Still a hit fucking record. You can still play it until the end of time. But the DJing, man, please perform. Bring that back up to the notch. Because the last few times I've heard her sets haven't been too great. So let's hope. Let's hope she's been re-inspired again. That's an amazing picture. I just realized that actually. They got Peggy Gou here. That's a really cool fucking sign. I love that. Yeah, she only plays 2 hour sets. I don't really have a problem with her playing 2 hour sets. If you're playing 2 hour sets, half an hour sets, I don't give a fuck. Just play well. But she plays these 2 hour sets and they just slop. Not that great. Just give us good sets, please, Peggy. Please come back. Get re-inspired. Come on, you can do it. My favorite closing track for this tour. Thanks for dancing with me in the freezing cold. Gracias. Oh, it gets cold in Colombia. I didn't know that. Ooh. Wow, man, she completely she completely did she completely like was that a blanket of the guy holding her jacket? Bloody hell, Peggy! Like the guy's just following her around holding her jacket, but she's not even putting it on. What was that about? That was a bit weird. Who's the handler? Who's the assistant? Kind of getting ignored here. That's really cool though. There's loads of girls out there in the crowd. That's kind of cool to see. Loads of girls come and support, which is kind of rare, I think. I feel like a lot of girl DJs in the scene, they just get a lot of gooners and a lot of like creepy men looking at them to come and DJ. Right? Like Sarah Lange's a good example. Sarah Lange's crowds is mostly full of guys that, unfortunately would very much like to have sex with her. Not really full of a lot of girls that are inspired by her playing and want to like follow her example. Whereas with Peggy Gou, for some reason, girls love her. Like I remember a couple of workplaces I've been in, like they were obsessed with Peggy Gou. When she came down, like the whole fucking office were getting ready to go out and kind of see her play after work. Like in 2 separate workplaces I've been to, like they were obsessed with Peggy Gou. It's kind of cool that she inspires like this girl, all these girls to come out and kind of rave and dance and come to the front and take pictures and shit. It's kind of cool. I quite like it. It's very rare. I feel like I feel like maybe the creepy side of like her fan base is mostly on the internet. When I see the crowds, it's mostly girls like, kind of in love with her and shit. And obviously gay guys and shit. Okay, there she is having a great time.
I think it's after the horse riding, it's opened my legs up.
Okay. Big up Bogota. Big up Bogota. Big up Blood Clot Bogota. Okay, big up Peggy Gou. Big up Blood Clot Peggy Gou. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to fucking see it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That's been the Action Zing Show episode number. I don't know what it was, but you know what it is. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to have your company. If you are listening or watching this via the audio apps, you will hear my tune of the day, which will be courtesy of Mike Will Made It and Young Thug. Mike Will Made It and Young Thug. He's got a new album that just dropped actually, and I'm going to be playing Russian Roulette from the actual album. I'm going to play the track Russian Roulette, which is track 3 from the album, will be my song of the day. Russian Roulette by Mike Will Made It featuring Young Thug will be my track of the day that I'll be playing for those of you listening via the audio side of the podcast, which will be that one there just seeing the screen there. Mike Will Made It, Russian Roulette. That will be my song of the day. Everybody else watching this show live, I'll be switching over to the random show in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll see you guys back on the random show. We'll go on and I think we'll do a little bit of random stuff. And I think the last few hours we're going to switch over, go back to Kick and watch the Mark Norman special that's on Netflix and stuff. I'll probably do some chin stuff as well, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Never a fucking chore. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the stream down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.